Good morning, West San Gabriel Valley Association of Realtors. How are you all doing today? Good morning.
Good morning.
Great. I'm glad to hear you're all nice and alive, early, jumpity this morning. I know you're going to go out there today and go sell some houses. I could feel it. Get those offers accepted. So good morning, everyone. I want to first and foremost say thank you so much to Albert Tran, the beautiful Yin Binyur, your president, and also Giuseppe Veneziano for giving me the opportunity today to speak to you on behalf of LACBOR and also to speak about how you can all get involved in your local community in the real estate industry. Basically, my presentation today is going to be covering LACBOR. What is LACBOR? What do we do? What are our past accomplishments? And how, again, you can get involved. It's very important that we all get involved in the real estate industry to preserve property rights for homeowners. To get started, I want to talk just a little bit about myself. Again, I'm the president for the LA County Boards of Real Estate, which is also known as LACBOR. I'm also one of the directors for the Montebello District Board of Realtors. I'm the secretary. I'm also the chair for the YPN for Montebello. And Giuseppe, I work very closely with Giuseppe, so thank you again. My background, I graduated from UC Santa Barbara in political science. I've been in real estate for about 6 years. And how I came to know about LACBOR, I was in the same weekly session like you are in right now. And the past president, which was Fred Grant, he came to one of our weekly meetings and discussed LACBOR. And that was how I got to, again, know LACBOR. It basically combined my political background, my knowledge of political science, and also my passion for real estate. So I hope that I'll be able to share that same passion with all of you today. Now, before I get started on the history of LACBOR, I have 2 trivia questions. There's going to be 7 trivia questions, and I'm going to be giving out gift cards to Starbucks for whoever gets the answer closest to, or getting the closest to the answer. So the first question I have, and Marva, you cannot answer these, or Bob, or Giuseppe, you're excluded. So can anyone tell me how many associations, real estate associations, are in LA County?
17.
Close.
22.
Anyone else?
22.
No.
18.
Wow.
18. Lucky winner. Come on, come and get your gift card. They're in different increments, so I'm not sure. I didn't put the dollar amount, so. Good job, good job. So there's 18 real estate associations in LA County. 16 are, congratulations. So 16 of them are completely in LA County. 2 of them just overlap a little bit in LA County. Another trivia question.
That's 2 halves.
How many realtors are estimated to be in LA County or work in LA County?
37,000.
This is we have a cheater over here. Did he get the list of questions ahead of time? That was close. It's not. Well, it's probably. Does anybody have a?
Yesterday. 37.
Does anybody else want to guess?
36,000.
It's actually closer to 36. Who said 36? So come and get your gift card.
I'm answering for them, right?
It's supposed to make it a little tougher. So let's get started. I'll just briefly discuss with you the history of LACBOR. Again, LACBOR stands for the LA County Boards of Real Estate. We are an organization of real estate professionals whose mission is to protect and promote the private property rights of our constituents and property owners throughout the county. LACBOR consists of realtors, real estate related industries, property owners, and concerned citizens of our communities who want to work together to promote a stronger real estate market, safer streets, and a higher standard of living for citizens throughout the county of Los Angeles. Now this is another trivia question, but there's no gift on this one. Can anyone guess when LACBOR was founded or how many years it's been in existence? And Robert, you can't give the answer.
1973.
25.
Robert, what's the answer?
Well, what do you say?
He said 73.
And you said 25.
I have 74.
I think 74.
Hey, I mean, listen if I want.
Yeah, come and get your prize. Finally, you win.
But you say it's much no gift.
One thing I know is my business.
So you're going to be the next president.
president.
All right.
You just won the nomination. So throughout our history, LACBOR has met with each of the county supervisors and their staffs, in addition to the county assessor and other county officials. We have sponsored special events where we invite the real estate community to meet with other elected officials at all levels of government, as well as representatives from the housing, transportation, air quality, and other entities in both the public and private sectors to keep abreast of the many changes that impact our industry and property rights. Now, all of that is all our history, but why do we need LACBOR? Why is LACBOR important to our industry? LACBOR is not a traditional board where you pay MLS dues. The primary activity of LACBOR is legislative advocacy. We bridge the gap. LACBOR is the only organization which focuses primarily on county issues. CAR, as you know, focuses on state issues. The local associations focus on local city issues, and you have NER, which focuses on federal issues or national issues. No one group focuses primarily on county issues. So our group's goal is to monitor and lobby the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors and other county officials to ensure that the voices of the real estate industry and property owners are properly and effectively represented in all proposed and pending legislation. So that's the importance of LACBOR. Now, what has LACBOR accomplished in the past? What are some of the greatest accomplishments? Let me give you just 5 examples. LACBOR was instrumental in defeating rent control in Los Angeles County, and we all know how much rent control has affected, for example, property values in Los Angeles City and other cities with rent control. We love it when we're showing properties to our clients and you see in the description, no rent control. Those are the ones we want to focus on, right? We don't want to sell somebody something with rent control, with low rents. It definitely affects the value of the property. Secondly, LACBOR supported and lobbied for the passage of Proposition 90, which allows senior citizens to sell their homes in Los Angeles County and buy a new home in another participating county and still retain their tax base. A third accomplishment is LACBOR defeated a proposed point of sale inspection in the county that would have added weeks to the escrow period and several $100s in closing costs. Now, we all know those are those lovely pre-sale reports that we love to hate. How many times does, once you see that pre-sale report, your buyer backs out because it just added $20,000 to the cost of purchasing that home? Our investors love those pre-sale reports. Fourth, LACBOR was instrumental in creating the Realtors Committee on the Air Quality Management Plan, which has proven to be an outstanding advocate for the real estate community and private property rights with respect to air quality issues. I just wanted to mention both Marva and Bob have been instrumental in a lot of these past accomplishments. They were very involved with LACBOR over the years, so they definitely, just got to give you guys a round of hand. You guys have been awesome. A lot of hard work and determination gone into that. Fifth, LACBOR has participated in the past on a task force created by the Los Angeles County Transportation Commission to study ways to reduce traffic congestion and formulate plans for effective management in LA County. So those are some of the past accomplishments, but what about now? What is LACBOR working on at the present time? I'm not going to go too much into details about one of the items, which is the Los Angeles City Transfer Tax. I know a lot of you have attended probably the last session, your weekly session, and Laura also gave a presentation on that. But I have one trivia question, so if you were listening last week, you would probably know the answer to this one. Can anyone tell me what is the city of Los Angeles' current budget deficit? It's more money than I have.
A lot.
And counting, probably.
About 200 million.
It's in the hundreds.
200 million.
Are you kidding me?
Close.
220.
She came closest, so come get your prize. It's actually $222 million. Did you say 22? I'm sorry. Here, pick one. You're welcome. Congratulations. To sum it up, the city of Los Angeles, for those of you who were not here last week, is trying to double the current transfer tax in order to cover close to half of the entire $222 million budget gap. So basically, they want to use the real estate industry, take advantage of all our hard work to raise $111 million yearly.
And therefore,
Not very fun. Basically, state and local governments are starving for cash. The transfer tax is an assault on home ownership. The goal is to defeat it before it goes on the ballot later this year. I know that, again, your GAD had already spoken about this. There are two other GADs that are spearheading this effort, and they did the presentation last week. They're doing a phenomenal job, by the way. LACBOR wants you to know regarding this transfer tax hike proposal that the City of LA currently has one of the highest transfer taxes already in LA County. And again, the city wants to double that from the current $450 per $1,000 of the sale price to $9 per $1,000 for the sales price. LACBOR is firmly opposed to this proposed hike. So what does that mean to the real estate industry and to realtors? Let's say you have a $500,000 house for sale. All of a sudden, you just added another $2,500 to the cost to sell that home. What if that sale is a short sale, and the bank only approved, let's say, $3,000 in concessions, or there's a certain net that they want to receive? Who's going to pay for that? I'm not paying for that. You can have that listing.
He's got more money though.
So again, it's not a good thing. So it's very important that we all make sure that we oppose that. And when Laura comes to your sessions and she tells you what to do to help with that effort, please participate. The second item that LACBOR is currently working on is the issue with the LA City sidewalks. We all know that the City of LA has been trying tirelessly to pass the responsibility of repairing its sidewalks onto homeowners who are already struggling in these times. Trivia question, ching ching ching. Guess, how much would it cost to repair all the sidewalks that are currently in disrepair in the city of Los Angeles? It's a lot of money. Not as much as Bill Gates has, but it's a lot of money.
175 million right here.
It's in the billions. She's the first one who said 2. It's actually 1.6. I didn't hear anybody say 1.5, so we'll give it. We have a lucky winner. One other trivia question. Congratulations.
That would double my intent of government.
What percentage of sidewalks in the city of Los Angeles are in disrepair?
50%. 60%. 75%.
What'd you say?
75.
Close. 42%. These are estimates. And counting. It's only going to get worse before it gets better. Congratulations. So 42%. So if you put that in miles, that's about 10,750 miles of sidewalks that are in disrepair. So that'd be like running a marathon, everybody here all together several times. Currently, the City of LA is responsible for the repair of broken sidewalks in Los Angeles that are damaged primarily due to tree roots. However, the city has been exploring options to switch this responsibility to homeowners. Some of the current options that they're entertaining include the point of sale, meaning you can't sell your home until the sidewalks are repaired. Doesn't sound good to me. Point of permit, meaning if you apply for a building and safety permit that exceeds a certain dollar amount, you will not be granted the permit until the sidewalks are repaired. Another option being explored is point of service. This means that when a new tenant moves into a property and they request to have the utilities turned on, they will be denied these services until the sidewalks are repaired. And guess who they're probably going to pick to do the repair? Probably a company that they've picked. So you're not going to have the freedom to pick that company. It's bad, bad every which way you look at it. So no matter which option is chosen, the objective, according to the city, is to eliminate the city's responsibility for damages done to curbs, driveways, and sidewalks due to tree roots, and to make the property owner the responsible party. Just a quick fact, 80% of the broken sidewalks have been caused by tree roots, and guess who planted most of those trees? Of course, but they want us to pay for those, or our homeowners to pay for those. So why should you care? Think about the added expense and burden this creates for homeowners and those wishing to sell their homes. For example, you have those permit fees, the fines, the late charges. If they're not paid, property liens, lawsuits, if you're in a transaction and you can't close because of that, home goes into foreclosure because no one wants to pay for that, $8,000 to $10,000 to repair those sidewalks. The city is planning again to turn over to the public a damaged walkway system and then hold property owners liable for its own failure to maintain it. Moreover, as soon as responsibility is transferred, the city can take action on these fees and punishments if the Board of Public Works determines that the sidewalk is damaged to create a menace to the public or is a public nuisance. So if the city ordered the property owners to plant a certain type of tree, which later causes sidewalk damage, why should you or your homeowner be liable for repairs? Why does the city of Los Angeles think it's fair to hand over damaged goods to the property owner and make them liable for repairing it? Officials have been trying for the last 7 years to figure out how to fix this monumental problem, all these walkways, without diverting money from what they view as higher priority projects. Even if sidewalks miraculously stop deteriorating, by some estimates it would still take nearly 70 years to fix all of them at the current rate. So if the problem is not just an aesthetic issue, the city regularly faces lawsuits from people who say they were injured when they tripped or could not pass on the public right-of-way. So I have another trivia question. How much does the city, on average, of Los Angeles spend on trip and fall liability suits related to sidewalks? People love to sue. Attorneys, they're sidewalk chasers. We don't have ambulance chasers. We have sidewalk chasers.
25%.
Like 1.3 per case.
How many millions a year?
1.3 million per incident.
No.
Just for the year, on average.
Yeah, about 3. About the
You can't
12.
win again. Who said it? Yeah, you can't win again.
5 million. 5 million.
Okay, come in. It's 3 to 5.
I'll pass it down. Good job, Mark.
Lawyers want to eat too.
So did you know that a homeowner can also get sued due to a sidewalk trip and fall accident if it's in front of their home? According to a deputy city attorney, the city becomes responsible if someone who falls on a sidewalk damaged by tree roots and can prove it was a danger, but a homeowner can also be legally responsible if they contributed to the disrepair. So what if the tree was on their house and the roots went all the way to the sidewalk? So if we don't fight the city of Los Angeles and they pass the responsibility onto homeowners, it will set a precedent for other cities to do the same. So many of you may not do business in the city of Los Angeles, but guess what? If it does pass in the city of LA, all the other cities are going to file suit. So if the sidewalk issue is not resolved, we are definitely putting our property owners, our homeowners, our clients at risk for getting sued. So if the city passed a point-of-sale program that would require the buyer or seller of property to get a, for example, safe sidewalk certificate that would require repairs before the close of escrow, how would that again affect short sales or standard sales? What if they don't have that much equity in their home? Let's think about that. So if the city of LA does make homeowners responsible for repairing the sidewalks, don't you think San Gabriel or Hamburg would do the same? Everyone's starving for cash, so all the other cities are going to jump on the bandwagon. The third item that LACBOR is working on, one of the items that LACBOR is working on, is the Norwalk sign ordinance. How many of you know what the ordinance is in Norwalk
No
regarding open house signs?
No sign on the public.
Exactly. So can you imagine you get a listing in Norwalk, trying to do an open house on a property and not being able to place open house signs on the busiest streets to direct traffic to your open house?
Any buyer will have to use a realtor.
You can only put it on private property and you have to ask for permission. But there are other cities that have similar open house sign restrictions. For example, Inglewood, I believe, has a similar sign restriction. San Marino. So So, I mean, this is our livelihood. I mean, it affects our industry, but it also affects the homeowners. How can they properly market their homes?
This is a good agent.
Yeah, you can hire 7 sign holders. It's not on public property, right? If it's a San Marino listing, it might be worth it. Yeah, they can flip them around, do cartwheels.
What is a good agent?
So our political advocacy director, who happens to be Giuseppe Veneziano, is spearheading this project. So congratulations. You have your hands full. He received a call from the Norwalk mayor, who happens to be a realtor and also is a director for one of the boards, but that's not in LA County. She is completely against changing the sign ordinance. With the dialogue that Giuseppe had with her, her position is that all cities have a sign ordinance on public right-of-ways. If they allow realtors to put up their signs, they must allow everyone else to put up their signs and cannot regulate the content, which is not altogether true. If they allow everyone to place a sign, then the city starts looking run down. Well, when we do our open houses, we put them up and take them down, right? Most of us do. If they cannot discriminate federal or most of us, commercial signs are against any others who want to put up their signs, otherwise they can be potential lawsuits. The ordinance is not about putting up signs, but rather where they are placed. But again, in our industry, in order for our open houses to be effective, they need to be put on public property. Their suggestion is knock on a homeowner's door and politely ask them if you could put up a sign in their yard for a few hours. Okay, well, we already sit at our open houses for a few hours. And it takes a while to put up all those signs. It's not fair. So we must protect the rights of homeowners in Norwalk by fighting restrictive sign ordinances such as these that prevent homeowners from effectively marketing their homes. LACBOR has made a commitment to fight this restrictive sign ordinance, lobby the other council members, and rally the community if need be to have this rule removed or modified by making it less restrictive. We cannot do this alone, and we need your help to mobilize the community of Norwalk and other communities that have restrictive sign ordinances and with realtors that are working in the community. A fourth item is what we call the pilot program. It's LACBOR's graffiti prevention program that we hope to launch soon. Just to talk a little bit about graffiti, Los Angeles County's graffiti abatement program is currently responsible for graffiti removal throughout the local neighborhoods. Just some statistics on the program. They have over 30 contracts with private vendors for removing graffiti. In 2005 alone, they removed over 18 million square feet of graffiti. That's a lot of graffiti. Additionally, the program has a high achievement rate of responding to requests. Graffiti is generally removed within 48 hours, nearly 97% of the time. So LACBOR recognizes that graffiti is a serious problem that blights our communities and impedes the recovery of gang-infested neighborhoods. Graffiti continues to be an integral part of gang culture and lifestyle. Gang members use graffiti to mark their territory, to communicate with one another, to brag and take credit for acts of retaliation, and to intimidate members of the community. Gang graffiti is a serious urban blight that generates fear, demoralizes citizens, defaces property, and lowers the quality of a community's immediate environment. Graffiti costs taxpayers thousands of dollars in damages and repair, money that could be used to repair sidewalks, and hampers the recovery of gang-infested neighborhoods. So LACBOR is launching its own pilot program by focusing on graffiti prevention. We don't believe that continuously painting over and over walls that have graffiti is a solution to the problem. It's really tough to put a dollar amount on how much graffiti lowers property values in a community. We know that the current method is too costly, inefficient, and is not the greenest way to go. With our pilot program, our goal is to find hotspots in our local communities. A hotspot being a wall that is constantly being tagged on over and over, and planting ornamental vines at the base of these walls so taggers will no longer have a canvas to graffiti on. The flowering ornamental vines will also serve to further beautify our neighborhoods. LACBOR is looking for your help in nominating a hotspot in your community so we can roll out our graffiti prevention program. We also hope to pursue legislation that would allow the aggregation of damage amounts from multiple sites to increase the likelihood of felony level prosecution. So I'll try to wrap this up really quickly. So how can you get involved? We've made it easy for you by giving you 6 ways that you can get involved. First and foremost, you can join and become an individual paid LACBOR member. The associations many of the associations are members and contribute to LACBOR, but we cannot survive alone on just contributions from the association. So we've created a new category, which is individual paid membership. We have the applications here. It's $35 for a yearly membership and $50 for an affiliate membership, and that goes towards helping LACBOR achieve all of its goals. Secondly, you can join and volunteer on one of LACBOR's committees. The application itself has a list of the various committees that you can join and participate in. For example, you can join the Graffiti Prevention Program Committee if you have a hot spot in your neighborhood and care to improve your community. We have several committees. We have the Events Committee where you can help with our annual legislative day, our installation. There's a membership committee, fundraising. We have various committees and we could use your help in any of those. Third, you can contribute to the Realtor Action Fund. When you pay your membership dues, that's something you do with your local association. You can also sign up on the CAR and NER website for what they call to action alerts. It's very simple. It doesn't cost you anything and it only requires a click of a button. You'll get notified via email anytime there's a hot item that needs to be acted on. And fifthly, you can join your association's legislative committee. I know that Bob has a housing affordability committee that he spearheads. You can also become a legislative liaison for CAR. So overall, the real estate community and the industry needs you, homeowners need you, so it's important for you to get involved. Last, I just want to say thank you again for giving me the opportunity to discuss LACBOR with you. It's been an honor and I look forward to seeing you hopefully at one of our next meetings. Thank you.